Hello, my name is Aaron, and welcome back to the Retro Gaming Collective. So I am not going to take up a lot of your time here. I just wanted to do a really quick game room tour for you guys, an update for 2023. There's a lot that has changed in this room, a lot that stayed the same, but I'm really proud of it, and I just wanted to show it off to you guys. So without further ado, let's dive in. So here is the entryway to the game room. You'll see I have a whole bunch of guitars here. I have tons of memorabilia on the wall, but the lighting is not super great in here, so I'm going to kind of skip over it. There's lots of posters and things like that, a Vader standee. You'll see it's still Christmassy in here because I love Christmas, and judge me, I don't care. But this is my episode 3 standee from I think it's Burger King. It's really cool. I love that. Let's move in and see the rest. There is the entrance from a different view. Now this is new to the game room. You guys probably haven't seen this if you've been with me for a while. This is kind of my workstation and also my light PC gaming section. You'll see I really don't have a whole lot loaded on here. I got Guild Wars 2, which I love, and Red Alert 2, and some Steam. That's about it, nothing crazy, but that's what I got. I got a really sick keyboard here, some speakers, nice wireless light up mouse. I love the way this looks, super, super cool. Actually, behind here, I'm gonna give you a real quick peek because it's very messy. This is where my store is. You'll see all my inventory here. I got all my materials and envelopes and things like shipping material back there, but it's a little bit of a mess. I need to redo that. But I really enjoy this little spot. It's really cool, and the TV is in like prime viewing position. There's me, hello. Yeah, so it's awesome. Here's where I spend most of my time. This is my chair, and it is right smack dab in the middle of the bulk of my games and directly in front of the TV. It's a perfect viewing spot. I love it here. I have this little setup over here so that I have my iPad, some controllers in here, things like that, blankets, pillows, and I can even see my lovely little Christmas tree. And if you guys have followed any of my Pokemon videos, this has been the backdrop for most of them for a while. I just think it looks really cool and I love it. I love Christmas, so you'll see lots of little decor, and we'll get to that stuff later, but we'll start here. Lots of this stuff really hasn't changed since last year, but a lot has. So let's try to go through it a little bit by little bit. So this is the GameCube section. I got some really cool heavy hitters in here that I love. Gale of Darkness is a big one. And then of course we got Wind Waker over there. Then we move on to my original Xbox section where you'll see some of the big hits are Def Jam Fight for New York. And we got Conker's Bad Fur Day Reloaded. And then we got Time Splitters Future Perfect down here. Again, you'll see this is where I kind of have my little drink set up and my controllers and things like that. And some Halo figures down here. This one doesn't get a whole lot of love, but this is my Xbox One section. I have Game Pass, so a lot of this stuff doesn't even really get touched anymore. My Halo Infinite sealed because I was able to play it on Game Pass. Next, you'll see my Sega Genesis section here. Now, this is really cool because I actually had a few of these guys, these Power Rangers, as a kid. This green one, this red one, from my childhood. The guns from my childhood, this little card games from my childhood. We got a flashlight from my childhood. We got some sealed Pogs. And then I was able to complete this set right there. I think they are sick. I love Power Rangers growing up. And I thought, like, what more 90s of a section could I put them in than my Sega Genesis section? Super sick. Now, on to what I would consider probably my favorite console of all time, and that is the N64. And I've really been focusing on this collection and building it out and getting some of the really good games that I missed out on when I was younger, and also building on some games that my brother took that I don't have, so I had to pick up those as well. This is probably my favorite pickup of the year for the N64. The box was from my friend Tom from his childhood, and it is in perfect condition. I loved being able to add that. And I actually just picked this guy up. Got a few more colors I need to get. But I really, really love this whole collection. I love everything about the N64. It is one of my favorites. Now next, it's kind of hidden down here, but this is my Sega Master System section. And it's got a bunch of Pikachu and Pokemon stuff. You'll see some heavy hitters in here, like Spider-Man and Phantasy Star. But of course, they do not get a ton of love. Just because I don't really play the Master System a whole lot. But there it is. Now we got down here, I'm gonna sit on my chair here while I do this. This is my PlayStation 1 section. And you'll see I got a ton of stuff for this. I didn't have a PlayStation 1 growing up, so a lot of these games are brand new to me. So we got like Crash 2. I love the Crash series, Crash 1. Such a great system. Three Stooges right there is a lot of fun. We got Rugrats. I mean, it's so nostalgic. It's such like a piece of the 90s that I feel like I missed. So again, I get to rediscover it, or discover it for the first time, I should say. And then if we're talking about other favorite systems, right here, PlayStation 2, man. I played so much of this growing up. I love this console. I don't even know what to point out here because it's all so great. I really love this Time Splitter series. I played that all the time. It is so good. All of the Star Wars games here, Lego Star Wars, even Swing Away Golf up there, I played a lot. Ready to Rumble Boxing, the NFL, NBA Streets, NBA Jam, all solid stuff. Kingdom Hearts. Oh man, I mean, there's so many good things. The Crash series continued onto this. You'll see down here the 007 games are really good. Ace Combat, Grand Theft Auto. I mean, this was just a masterpiece of a system, man. Absolute masterpiece. Now, since I've moved into this new game room, it's been about a year. January of 2022, I moved in. I do have less space for games, so I kind of have to squeeze in my Super Nintendo games here. You'll see I got my Superboy with my copy of Mario Paint. My wife got me that for Christmas. I got some really cool sealed games. Or not sealed, I should say, complete in box. Indiana Jones, Tin Star is so much fun. Jurassic Park Part 2. I mean, tons of great games for this, tons of classics. I love this system. Down here, it's kind of a combo. We got my Switch games, my DS games, and my 3DS games. A lot of my Switch games are on loan to my brother and his family. They just bought a Switch for the first time, and from me, I sold them one of my Switches and I lent them a bunch of my games. So they're just kind of getting into it. So my collection is a little bit bigger than this, but the Pokemon games on this system are incredible. I loved Violet. I just beat it. I loved it. I thought it was so good. And then you'll see I got a ton of 3DS games here. Really good. I try to like stick mostly to first party stuff and then some fun weird stuff that I find along the way. But yeah, that's my little 3DS and DS and Switch collection. You can see my consoles here. Some things are out and about throughout the game room, but those are the ones that I'm not playing right now. Now, a lot of this is going to be hidden behind the tree, but you'll see I have my Atari 2600 collection here. I kind of leave that. I don't really play it a whole ton, but of course you see E.T. Gotta have E.T. Oh, sorry, my phone just did something weird. I don't know if that edited out, but we'll see. And then down here, it's kind of hidden behind the tree, my Sega CD and Sega Saturn collection. You'll see I got some really cool ones in there. Dragon's Lair is kind of hidden back there. And then over here, Clockwork Knight. One that I've wanted in my collection for a while, and I finally picked it up this year. Down here, continuing, we got Nights into Dreams with my Sega Dreamcast collection there. It's small, but mighty. And then Panzer Dragoon, not Saga or Zwei, just Panzer Dragoon. Now we'll have my PlayStation 4 collection here. You'll see some of the big hitters here. Job Simulator, I've sold a few. I don't really play my PS4 as much as I used to. It continues down here, but there are some great games for this console. My dad just picked me this up, and my buddy just gave me this for Christmas of last year, and I think it's awesome. So cool. I thought the two Vaders look really cool there together. But yeah, it's a great system. Again, I've been on that PS5 for a while now, so these guys are kind of collecting dust for the time being. And then this one is one that I am very, very proud of. This is my Wii U collection. I got some sick stuff for this console. Like, I have pretty much everything that I possibly could want. There's still a few things out there, but I have some good stuff. Like, we got Twilight Princess there. We got Game & Wario that I got in a trade with another local collector. We got the Xenoblade Chronicles X Collector's Edition. I mean, tons of cool stuff in here. You'll see. We got Paper Mario. We got the planes that the fire one. Really weird that that's expensive. Deus Ex. Love this system. Absolutely underrated. So good. We've got a huge Wii collection down here. Again, I don't play this one a ton. That's kind of blocked by my tree for now. You'll notice a nice bottle of bourbon down there for when the mood strikes. We got the Kirby Dream Collection that I got at GameStop this past year. We got Metroid Prime Trilogy. I've had that for years, and I paid $40 for it at GameStop years ago. But tons and tons of cool stuff there. All right, so we'll take a little break in the games right now, and I'll show you kind of my setup here. Now, you're gonna hear monitor. This is dad life. The baby is upstairs sleeping, and I'm down here filming this. So, just gonna give you a quick overview. We got my Japanese Sega Saturn with the action replay in there, so I can play import and US games. My Dreamcast, my GameCube, and then over here you'll see the PS5, my Sega CD, my Atari, my Retron Atari that plays all the old Atari games in HD. You'll see my Xbox One, it's OG, my OLED Switch over there, my Retron 5, the Jungle Green N64, my PS4, the Wii U, and my R2-D2 360. Over here you'll see my second TV. This has a couple of things hooked up to it. I want to say the 360. You'll see my PS3 down there, my original Xbox, a few other things. You'll see the Evercade VS here, my PS2, my NES. So you can see I got quite a range of consoles that I can play here. Everything is hooked up and ready to go at the click of a button. I have a switcher right back here, so that I am able to just literally click a button and play whatever I want. And then you'll see a whole bunch of stickers here. I got tons of them. I love stickers. Super cool stuff. But yeah, let's get back to the games. All right, so you get to see my NES collection. Now, before I get into this, I'll give you another view of this side of the room, just so you kind of have an idea where we're at, okay? So NES here, again, a system that I did not have growing up, but my love for this system has continued to grow. Trying not to get my new Starlights in there. You'll see Thrawn is protecting everything, but I got some cool ones in here too, like Mega Man and Metroid, Ghosts and Goblins. Final Fantasy was one I had on my list for a while. I actually just picked that up not too long ago. Tons of cool box games here. So we got the original Mario Brothers 2, 3, Kirby's Adventure, Adventures of Link, Star Tropics, some other little guys there. And then my Evercade games are up here, and my handheld Evercade is here. All in all, a really cool collection. Would love to see that one grow over this year. I think that's going to be a focus, as long also with my N64 there. Now you'll see the PS5 collection, and there is plenty of room to grow at the top there. Got tons of stuff here. I'm trying to think of some of my favorite games for this console. Cold War was great. Modern Warfare 2 is a wonderful game. Let's see here, what else? Evergate, this one down here was a surprise. My wife picked this one up for me, and I loved it. It was a really cool little platformer, super quick. Foreclosed was interesting. Godfall I've been talking about for a long time. That game was fun, but super frustrating to me. But tons of great games on this console. Really enjoy a lot of those. You'll see, I'm gonna sit down here. This is my import section. So we got my Super Famicom games there. Kind of a little myriad of different things. An import Vita. God Eater, it's the only one I got. Some PlayStation games, DS, Sega Saturn, PlayStation 4. Some GameCube games in there. Nothing too wild or crazy. And then some really fun ones here. This is a Legend of Zelda for the Famicom. We got Kirby's Adventure for the Famicom. And then all my N64 games back there. We got Pokemon Stadium, or Pocket Monster Stadium, in the box. Continuing on, we got my Spice Orange GameCube. All of my crazy Xbox, PS2, and what else do I have even back there? PS3, PS4, some things like that. Tons of import games here. And then of course some Pokemon here, because they gotta be everywhere. And then down here, my lonely PS3 collection. I don't play this one a lot, hence its location. Really buried down there. I probably should give it some more love because it's a great console, but that's kind of where it ended up for now. Back here, you're gonna see my massive 360 collection, hidden behind more Starlights, and of course, these Spock socks. Of course, I'm not a Trek fan. My brother bought me those as a joke. They're a gag gift, and he thought I wasn't gonna use them. Well, there it is, right in the middle of the game room. I have really cool controllers. I actually reshelled this one myself. It was a broken case. It works great. Thought it was super cool to do that. What's this one? We got a nice chrome one, little dusty. And we got this camo one. You'll see the Homer Rubik's Cube. Some Giants Super Bowl grass, because I am a Giants fan, though I really don't care all that much anymore. We got my custom controller, Chaos controller here, my gamer tag, and my favorite is this Halo 4 controller. Absolutely love that. Then down here, you'll see these weird 90s handhelds, man. I love these things. Goosebumps, Star Wars, and Power Rangers. So 90s. You'll see my Gears of War controller there. My C3PO golden controller. This is the one that came with that 360 that I showed you a little while ago. And then down here, this is kind of a hodgepodge of things. Now, I bet you never heard of these ones here. We got the Mattel Hyperscan and the Zap-It Game Wave. Now, this collection is almost complete. The Game Wave, I think I'm missing one single game. But what are you gonna do? It is what it is. Now we got my PSP and my brother's PSP here. This is the Star Wars version. Super cool. We got all of my Game Boy games, Game Boy Advance. We got some Sega Game Gear games there. Now the only fake game that I have in this whole thing is this Leaf Green. I know it's fake. I bought it for $3 because I wanted to play the game, but there it is. Nothing else is fake in my entire collection. That's the only one. You'll see my relatively decently sized PS Vita system system there, and then the games. Then all my PSP stuff is hidden back there as well. In these drawers here, you're gonna see tons and tons of controllers. So many controllers, so many. I don't even know what to do with them. Down here, this one's kind of empty. We got some game manuals in here, Quest, Neo Geo stuff, fun stuff in there. And now we're finally at the Pokemon section. It's one of my favorite sections in the game room. You'll see some graded cards here that I graded myself. Some new boxes here. This is one of the new Paldea collections. Quaxley, he was my starter. My wife convinced me to do it. I don't know why I did it. I should have picked Fuecoco. What are you gonna do? We got Radiant Charizard here. The Charizard from Pokemon Go. First edition Machamp there, 6. We got a Dalgia V-Star, Radiant Blastoise, and of course we got down here, we got Thick Pikachu. The Trick or Trade, booster bundles, tons of cool stuff in here. Tons of stuff. We got some sealed ETBs down here, some Japanese stuff, so on and so forth. I won't go too into detail with this stuff. Some decks, more graded cards down here. These are all my binders. You can see they're all very organized because that's just how I roll. Over here, I know it's kind of messy, but this is my controller station. Everything's charged and ready to go, and it's all being protected by Pikachu. He's relatively new as well. And it's on top of my mini fridge, which is also a mess, where we got snacks and we got drinks, we got beer, all kinds of weird sodas, stuff from Disney World, things like that. And then we got my Pac-Man arcade machine. I absolutely love this thing. I don't play it much, but it looks really cool. You'll see I got a beanbag in the corner. There's the dog. Wanted to get a different view of this, but this is my brand new couch. I literally just put this in today with the new pillows on it and everything like that. Some of the blankets and some of the things are old. See, the dog's got his blanket down there so he can lay on it and not mess it up for me. But this is really cool too. I'm glad to have this down here and got rid of that old one. If you remember, that thing was falling apart. Yeah, I am super pleased with where this game room is at. I think I did a lot with a very small space. I'm gonna show you some of my knickknacks up here while I talk in my outro here. But as you can see, I got so much squeezed in. There's stuff on the ceiling here that you can't even see unless you're in the room. Tons of like Star Wars figures, both new and old. It goes all the way out of the room, but I got tons of it. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. You can follow me here on YouTube, or you can like me on Instagram or TikTok. I'm at the Retro Gaming Collective on both of those as well. So feel free to reach out. And until next time, happy hunting.